Hello, I thought I would make a little video to share with you about the Administrator Communication Weekly Memo that Nicolette sends out. So from the IT department, the first memo is basically about streaming, downloads, and online storage. This is supposed to be shared with the staff, but basically anything off Netflix or Amazon or anything like that should be purchased and not streamed and shown to students. And then also, I think if for cloud storage, it's encouraged also that staff members use OneDrive to sync the photos for extra space, because I think there is a limit in Google. So you can see here, Crave, Apple, all of that, Amazon, Disney Plus should be purchased, not streamed. Okay, so that's in the first memo. And it says, please share with staff. Now, the next handful is all about early years, so that's irrelevant to us. Equity and inclusive education. So there is one AQ course offered for free for one candidate, and I nominated Nicole Taylor for that. The equity and inclusive education memo has some updates. So there's a learning opportunity for combating anti-Semitism, if that interests you. Drag queen story time. So if that's something that interests you for an activity to do with your children, you can do that. And then Youth Durham Pride has a pretty cool flyer. There is an event coming up on Saturday, June 4th, and it runs from 1 p.m. on, and there will be a DJ and a special program there. Okay, and then for June, dates of significance from the equity department. There are a number of significant dates in June. I'm not sure why September is coming up here. Oh, I guess we have to scroll down to June. Okay, that's a ways down. Thank you for your patience. All the way. So the good news is that we're close to the end of the school year. All right, so Indigenous History Month, Pride Month, Italian Heritage Month. This is an interesting piece about Pride Month here. The first Pride celebration held in Toronto was just 3 years after Stonewall riots in New York in June 1969, an event that sparked gay liberation movement and was a fairly modest affair, a picnic on the Toronto Islands. Within a few years, thousands were attending the annual Gay Pride Parade, and by 2011, more than 1.2 million attended Pride Toronto. A little bit of history there. It's also Italian Heritage Month, Portuguese History and Heritage Month. June 2nd is Ascension for those celebrating the Orthodox holiday. June 5th is Whit Sunday. June 6th to 8th is Shavuos, and it is a Jewish holiday. June 12th is Pentecost. June 16th is Guru Arjan Dev, and it sounds like it's a Sikh holiday. June 18th is Autistic Pride Day. June 19th is Father's Day. June 19th is Juneteenth, which is a celebration of freedom and Black culture. June 20th is Litha, which is Wiccan. It's a pagan holiday. June 20th is Summer Solstice. June 21st is National Indigenous Day. June 24th is Saint Jean Baptiste Day. June 27th is Multicultural Day. And then June 28th is Stonewall Rebellion Day. Okay, and that's from the Equity Department. Okay, so another interesting thing to share with educators is for French teachers to participate in a survey with a chance to win. Well, actually, the teachers who do a follow-up interview will receive a $50 gift card. So that's something to share with French teachers. Okay, health and safety. Just some reminders about ticks, how to deal with ticks, keeping cool, and then general tips for schoolyard safety as well. Okay, so if you're interested in protecting yourself from ticks, there's some tips here, and then also how to remove them using tweezers. Okay, there is an assist training available to administrators, and actually I'm interested in signing up for the October session with Stephanie Pullabauer, I think her last name is. And this is really good for supporting students with who are at immediate risk of suicide. So I'll be signing up for that. Okay. So this is the Inclusive Student Services Bulletin Board, and it just gives basically updates for mental health and well-being and points for the Inclusive Services Department. Innovative Education provided some PD workshops at a glance here. Okay, so we're in June here. Sorry, end of May, beginning of June. So Wednesday, May 25th, that's tomorrow AM, transfer process drop-in. And then I think that's it I see here, okay. From the Parent Involvement Committee, there is a link to the most recent, very interesting and successful presentation about parenting in the age of anxiety. So if you're interested in that, you can get the link there. There is an update from People and Culture, formerly HR, about supply teacher reimbursements. And then for public recognition, there is a letter from the Ukrainian-Canadian Congress thanking principals and vice principals for their efforts accepting Ukrainian students. This is for grade 5 and 6 classrooms, so it's irrelevant to us. There is some resources here for anti-Black racism if you're interested in accessing that. This is for elementary, so that's irrelevant. There is a domestic sex trafficking of youth presentation coming up, and you can sign up using this link. It's on Thursday, May 26th. Oh, that's the day of our social, so we won't be able to attend that. But maybe if you want to share that with parents, that would be an option through Center Voice. And then there is some updates here. In this document, there's updates about new programming for next year, arts programming, French courses, inclusive de-streamed classes, and in-school tutoring, non-gendered physical education, student success, and then outside of the day school tutoring, May, June 2022. So if you click on this link, if you press Control and you click on it, it will give more detailing for these 7 topics if you're interested in reading more. Okay, and then the last memo was about credit completion. Okay, Okay, so credit completion is on June 27th and 28th for grades 9 to 11. And we're going to be following the same guidelines as last year, where students connect virtually only. And schools have flexibility to arrange specific schedules for particular periods if they wish. In certain circumstances, teachers may request that a student work in person at the school, and teachers should be in school connecting from their classrooms virtually with students unless arranged otherwise. There will be no bus transportation, and then credit completion days remain instructional days for students in the special education programs for the in-class placements. Okay, and I believe that's it for the weekly memo this week. I hope that helps with a summary. And if you're interested in anything I touched upon, you can go back and click on that link. And feel free to ask me any questions. I'll try my best to answer. Okay, take care.